Welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium to watch the St. Louis Cardinals, my team, take on the Washington Nationals. Come along. Roger Dean Stadium was built in 1998 in Jupiter, Florida. The stadium then hosted the St. Louis Cardinals and the Montreal Expos before the Marlins moved in 2003. Roger Dean is nestled into a nice little neighborhood called Abacoa. It has shops, bars, restaurants, and a hotel nearby the stadium. Since this ballpark is shared by both the Marlins and the Cardinals, it is basically split right in half, with the Marlins facilities, clubhouse, player parking, and fields directly behind the left field wall. The Cardinals is on the opposite side with the same amenities. However, as a fan from the outside, you would never know that, since all the flowers are red and white. As you can see, this is the team shop, pretty much filled 50-50 with both Miami Marlins gear and St. Louis Cardinals in a small little space. The stadium concourse is really nothing out of the ordinary. It wraps from foul pole to foul pole and has your standard beer stands, concessions, and vendors. Beyond third base, there was a tiki bar called Guanabanas, and there is a bleacher section which, even throughout game time, didn't have too many spectators because you'd probably have to break out your SPF 50 to sit there. Now let's take a look at field level. Roger Dean Stadium holds just under 7,000 people. I attended 2 games over the weekend. First, the Cards against the Nationals, and then in Game 2, it was the Miami Marlins who were the home team versus the Cardinals. That might appear like a lot of cheering for a spring training game. However, that was a walk-off win by Thomas Saggese in Game 1. After the game, both teams walk out of their dugout down the foul lines to their clubhouse. Upon exiting, I happened to snag an autograph from the Cardinals' #1 prospect, J.J. Weatherholt. One of the main reasons I decided to come back to Jupiter was because not only did I want to watch the Cardinals play, but this field is going to undergo a lot of renovations this year. Mainly what you see in front of us right now, the bullpens are no longer down the foul poles or foul lines. Now you can see that there's the Marlins and then the Cardinals. They're both beyond the outfield walls, and you can see there's a lot of foul territory. Now outside of that, this bleacher stand area, that is eventually going to have a roof over it. Now I don't know if they're going to slide the seats up, because right now it seems like it's pretty far back with standing room only in front of it. So I guess I'll have to look at the renderings and come back next year and see what happens. Another thing that's interesting about this park is the light poles are also cell phone towers. Here's some bonus footage. You can see the Cardinals clubhouse there beyond the right field wall. And if you keep walking, you'll hit 6 of their fields that they practice on. So this is right next to field #1, and they have a bullpen set up. That's Michael McGreevy getting in some work. So the players that were invited to spring training and on the 40-man roster, they typically spend their time on this field, which is field 1, like I mentioned, and across the way, field 6. So today I made my way to the back fields beyond right field of the main park, and this is the George Kissel Quad. So obviously it's made up of 4 fields. You get a lot of prospects practicing here before the game. So it's mostly, I would say, like AA, AAA guys, people that are no longer on the 40-man or never made the 40-man. So it's kind of cool to see the up-and-comers. Behind home plate of each of these 4 fields, they had a little bleacher setup, and it had a roof to block you from that strong Florida sun. And here I'm just watching catchers get in their work, practice. And that's pretty much what went on at each of these fields. You had a rotation of players working on base running drills, fielding, hitting, then pitchers wound up throwing simulated innings. It was a really great spot. And I recognize this area because you typically see it on Instagram, where a lot of the players are warming up, a lot of the pitchers, I mean, throwing some bullpen sessions. Nobody is in there right now, but pros typically would be here before the spring season starts off. I just really love the accessibility that you had as a fan here. So there were some people that were autograph seekers, or somebody like myself that was just casually walking around, taking it all in. So it was pretty cool to see. I really happened to luck out when I walked back here because Quinn Matthews is the number 2 prospect for the Cardinals. He's seen here on the mound, and he's throwing to the catcher Jimmy Crooks, who is number 4 on the list. So it was just lucky circumstances. Quinn then moved over to the field to throw a few simulated innings. One of the batters, not seen here, but later on, Chase Davis, who's number 10 on their prospect list, got up to bat too. So it was just a really awesome experience. And, you were feet away from the players at times. All right, so that wraps up my Florida trip for this year. Cardinals lost today, but I still had a good time. Actually, before the game, when I got to check out all the backfields with a lot of the AA and AAA guys, that was a good time. So something I didn't experience before, and it was something new. All right, well, thanks for watching our vlog. Until next time.